The most impactful people in Melee history, Part 2. Also, make sure you're subscribed if you want to see a Part 3. First up, we have Mewtwo known as the Robot in competitive Smash. Mewtwo is arguably the greatest multi-Smash title player in, the entire series. He was the best Melee player in the world in 2007, considered a top 5 player of all time in Melee, and he was so good at the game that he was even given the title of God. Mewtwo also had a period of time after Brawl's release where he was the undisputed best player in the world for that game also, and he even made the top 100 in Smash Wii U. Aside from that, and more specific to Melee though, Mewtwo is credited with the grueling achievement of discovering frame data by literally counting the number of frames it took for moves to happen. Nowadays, and in other fighting games, we just have robust tools and the internet that can do that for us, but the fact that Mewtwo was able to do this in the early 2000s and be pretty much entirely right too is really impressive. Up next, we have Travis Samox Beauchamp, the sickest Smash documentarian out there, minus me of course. Samox is the creator of the famous Smash Brothers and Metagame documentaries, two pieces of media that have undeniably enriched the culture of the Melee scene. The Smash Brothers in particular was so popular, in fact, that it ushered in a new generation of Melee fans called Doc Kids, which even included some of the game's current best players. In total, the Smash Brothers has several million views on YouTube, and Metagame on Vimeo did quite well too. I consider Samox a good friend of mine, and I love that he had such an indelible impact on the Melee scene. Plus, Streets are saying he's working on a new Melee documentary series, and maybe I'm gonna be helping with that. And lastly, the most electrifying man in Melee, Scar. Scar, aka Bobby Scar, aka the People's Champ, is one of my favorite commentators just ever, full stop. I'm still completely devastated I've never had a chance to cast with him, but we've hung out a few times at past Genesis tournaments, and I can honestly say he is a genuinely good dude. Scar grew in the scene first as a player, releasing a now famous combo video of his own gameplay, aptly titled I Killed Mufasa. He then worked at Twitch for a period of time and literally created the community sub-gifting and bits features, and later went on to involve himself in some of the Melee community's most crowning moments. Examples of which include co-founding Melee It On Me, which was a driving force in creating the Spirit Bomb that got Melee into EVO, which that in itself is a story for another day, and becoming the only player in Melee's history to obtain a 6th place at the very first Genesis. These are only a handful of players though who have thoroughly left their mark on Melee history in really unique ways, but we have a lot to thank them for. And I'm sure there are plenty more people out there who have or are about to make their own contributions to the game, so let me know who I might have missed in the comments.